Hello, my name is Brian Puente. I'm the support specialist for Adobe Creative Cloud at the University of Arizona, and today we're going to be talking about how to create a post using Adobe Spark. Adobe Spark is a web-based platform that allows you to create graphics, web pages, and short videos. We're going to be focusing on the graphics element today. To get to Spark, you're going to go to spark.adobe.com, and then you'll log in using your Adobe credentials. So if you wanted to create Spark posts on your mobile devices, you can download Spark Post in the App Store and Google Play. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about creating a Spark post. As you can see here, I've used Spark a couple different times, so I have all of these different Spark posts that I've created. If you haven't used Spark before, this is the first time you're logging in, your screen may look a bit more like this. So you have the option to create from scratch if you want. Just creating a straight graphic from scratch, web page or video. We're going to focus on graphics today. And there are also these templates to help you out. If you select all, you can see a bunch of different ones. All of these templates are ready for you to click and use, which is great. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create a graphic here using one of the templates. So if I click on graphics here, I can scroll down and you can see that some of these have multiple pictures and all sorts of other kind of things here. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down and click on Instagram ad here. I can click on this graphic if I want to use it, and I may very well want to, but I want to see more like it. So if I click on see more, as you can see that we have a lot of different options here. So if you don't quite know how you want to design something, you have a lot of different places to get started. You can go through and you can change the pictures and all sorts of other things here to help you create your content. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and pick this one. And we're going to go ahead and start building our post. So creating a post is as easy as that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk really quick about interface. So there's a lot going on here, but it's pretty easy to get a hold of. On this left-hand side here, we have our image. We can click on the individual pieces of our image. You'll see little sliding scales and corners. You can click and drag to resize things quickly and easily. So I'm going to go ahead and make that smaller, maybe move that over there. You'll see these little guidelines here that help you find the center of the image. Super nice. All right, so now we can click on our individual elements here to start changing them. So if I wanted to change the text of this, I'm going to go ahead and double click, and then I can type in whatever it is I want. I'm going to go ahead and type in bear down because I want to make like a little Instagram post that says bear down on it. And I can click and drag to move this into place, which is great. You may notice on the right hand side here that I have options for fonts and things like that as well. So if I wanted to change this into something a bit more collegiate, I might be able to do that. But you'll see I have a ton of fonts here. So let me see if I can find one that makes sense. Graduate, regular, cool. And then if I wanted to resize this, once I select it, I'll see that there's a size button. It lets me to click and drag and scale that size up really easily. I can also control letter spacing. So it's a pretty powerful tool and really simple to use. So I'm going to go and put that right there. It looks good to me. And then we're going to go ahead and change this as well. So I want this to say University of Arizona. So I'm going to type that in real quick. And then hit done. Perfect. And then I can size this as well. And move that into place. I want that down here at the bottom. And then I can click and drag this graphic element to get it over here. So now I'm going to go ahead and make this feel a little bit more University of Arizona-ish. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this background color right here, and then change that to be more university blue. Cool, that looks great. And then I have this butterfly here, and as much as I like it, it doesn't make sense for this graphic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this and then hit delete on my keyboard, or click on the trash can icon up here to remove it. And then I have this pretty well set out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this as well. So I'm going to go ahead and hit delete here. And then it just says bear down in the center right here. Super simple. Now what I want to do is I want to add some content to kind of complete this design. So I'm going to go ahead and hit add here. And then I can add text, another photo, or an icon. I'm going to go ahead and hit add an icon. And whenever I want to add additional elements to my piece, I'll do it from this plus button. I'm going to hit icon here. And then I'm going to type in bear to find a picture of a bear. for my bear down logo here. And then I think I'm going to go with this guy right here. So there's our bear. And I can click on a corner to resize it. If I wanted to duplicate this, I can come up here to my menu here at the top, and then I can hit duplicate. That will duplicate the bear. I'll move that over. And then, as opposed to going back and searching and hitting the plus button again, I'm just going to replace this bear image. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to hit replace. I'm going to type in the next term, down. Then hit return. That's going to pull up all of the down icons here, and all these icons are free to use however you want. If you wanted to create a quick logo, you could take 2 or 3 images, stack them on top of each other, and you've got a logo. It's pretty cool. Lots of flexibility there. So let's go ahead and hit down, and then bear and down. They're both the same size because I duplicated the first one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color of this. So now I'm going to go ahead and click on this, and then in my menu on the right hand side, click on color. And then I'm going to go ahead and choose this blue here for the bear. I'm going to choose this red here for the down. And now I have my graphic that says bear down on it. Pretty easy to do. I can go through and I can change some other things about this as well. I'm going to go ahead and move that into place. Maybe move this up a little bit. And then I can hold down Shift and then select multiple elements to move them together, which is pretty great. Put those right there. Great. So now I have a design all done, all set up, super happy with it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to talk about how to share it out. On the top right hand side, you'll find the download button. Click on download, and then you have 3 options here. You have PNG, JPEG, and PDF. PNG is best for graphics, according to this. So it's going to be higher quality resolution than the JPEG here. The JPEG is suited for photos, so you can use that to export out if you have a bunch of photo elements and things like that. That's perfect. If you wanted to create a PDF, you would click on PDF right here, and that PDF is going to be best for printing. So if you're going to be sending this out to a printer, you're going to want to go with PDF, which is pretty great. I tend to like to download my images and then share them how I want to share them. If I hit download, it brings up this file menu here. I'll hit OK, and then that will save to my downloads folder. And if I bring that up real quick, you'll see there is my bear down icon. Pretty great. Nice. So there is our post. Nice and easy. We also have the share button right here. So if you'd rather share directly from here to your sources, you can share straight to Facebook, Twitter, email, link, and Google Classroom. So now that we have this graphic completed, let's say that we wanted to make some changes to it. We wanted to see what it looks like in different sizes and things like that. That's easy to do as well. Now, I could start clicking on resize right now, but I wouldn't recommend doing that just yet. I would go back to the main post section. You just click on this Spark button. That will take you back. Your post saves automatically as you work, which is great. And then what we can do here is we can edit the project, but if we click on these ellipses here, we can duplicate, which is what I highly recommend, especially if you're trying to make different versions of the same graphic. This just allows you to preserve the original one. And while you can undo to a certain extent, you can't undo a year from now. So keep that in mind. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate here. And I'm going to call this bear down poster. Great. I'm going to duplicate that real quick. And now I have a duplicate here. I can also invite people if this is a collaborative project. Once I create this, I can invite additional people to share it with as long as they have a Spark Post account. I'm going to go ahead and click on Edit Project though. And then we're going to talk about resizing our variations here. So when you first bring this in, you have a document you've created. They offer this variation section right here, which will allow you to adjust what you have. Let's say that you like the content, but you don't like how it sits. You can choose one of these, but it's going to change all the different colors and everything about that. Kind of cool, but it's not what I want to do right here. What I want to do right now is resize. So if I go to resize, you'll see that I have this Instagram square right here, but I can pick different sizes and it gives me the resolutions right there. I can also see a bunch of different sizes here that I can choose. And then if I scroll all the way up to the top. I have this custom too, so if I know that I wanted those specific dimensions, I could put it in that way. I'm going to go ahead and try and do a YouTube thumbnail. So if I click on this, you'll see it resizes my post dynamically to make it fit that space. And Spark Post does a lot to try and help you get the most out of this. You may have to make some adjustments here, but it saves you a little bit of time when you are when you are changing versions, for example. So if I come back to A4, or let's say I want to make an 11 by 17 poster, that looks pretty good, but I may want to go in and then just move these things around so that they make more sense. It's just a click and drag prospect, so pretty easy to do. So if you needed multiple outputs, that's pretty great here. Okay, and you have these like little bounding boxes to help you stay centered and all that stuff, which is pretty cool. Super easy to do. Great, and now here's our poster. We can go and then save it however we want, share it out, and then we're good to go. Now let's make one more thing real quick. So let's go ahead and make another one. We're gonna go ahead and start from here, because that was pretty graphic heavy, but if you use a lot of photos, I just wanna show you one quick thing. So if we come over here and we pick another Instagram ad, and then let's go ahead and start with this one right here. So this is really pretty, and we got a photo back here. If we wanted to change a photo that's sitting in the background, we simply click and then click on replace over here under replace once it's selected, or click on replace image on the right. Click on replace here, and then we can search a term that we want. So let's go ahead and type in Arizona, and then we'll grab this picture of Antelope Canyon. Put that in the background. We can click and drag over here. So let's do skip the billboards for the desert. Change that. And we'll do Arizona. Boom. All right, so really easy to do. Now, this is one image. If we wanted multiple images, we can click on this outside edge here, and then under layout, we can pick multiple image layout here. So we can get all sorts of different layouts. I'm gonna go ahead and go with this one right here. And then you'll see that when I have additional spaces, it will put these blocks in place for me. I need to go ahead and change this font color real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over here, go to color, change this to white. That way it looks good in this area right here. So skip the billboards for the desert. Move those in place. Right there. That looks good to me. And then I'm going to add some images here. So to add images, I'm going to go ahead and select on the frame that I built, and I can click and drag and resize these frames as I want. But I'm going to go ahead and click, and then under replace, I'm going to find free photos. I have Arizona still selected, so I'll pick two more. I'm going to go ahead and pick this little vehicle right there. That actually looks pretty cool in the space, but I can click and drag to change the framing of this. I kind of like that road right there, so I'm going to keep that right there like that. And then I can select this one and then replace again. And then find free photos. Still under Arizona, so let's pick one more. Let's go ahead and go with, this one. Although we should probably change this now. So come over here. Let's say skip the billboards for the mountains. Cool. And there's that. And then we can change this color of this background plate right here just by clicking on it and selecting it. See that we can resize to make it make more sense for what we're doing. Move this guy over here maybe. Yeah, we want to see that water. And then we're going to center this. And then click on this background here and let's change this color. I like this. Let's make this more of a red. Cool. Awesome. So, and then there is our layout there. We could also make a few other changes if we wanted. Borders on this, for example. We can click and drag this border section out and it creates little borders around it, which is pretty cool. And then, so it looks nice. And then we'll change the border color to maybe that. And then there's our finished post with more of a photos element than a graphics element. Then we go to download, and then we'll download the JPEG. That's a smaller file size, and this section right here with the PNG, JPEG, and PDF is just talking about Spark's output for these. So it does PNG for graphics, again JPEG for photos, and then PDF for printing. So I'm going to go ahead and go with JPEG, start my download. I'm just going to save that to my downloads folder. Come down to my downloads folder here. Let's go to downloads, my post, and then boom. So pull this one up, and then we'll pull this one up. And you can see that we can use Spark Post to create some pretty cool graphic elements, both some more graphic focused stuff and then some more photos focused stuff quickly and easily using Spark Post. And again, if we go back to our main menu here, we'll find our different Spark Posts here to rename them. It's easy, we click on it, we change the name. Mountains, add. Cool. All right, and that's a pretty quick look at Spark Post. Thanks for watching this. Let us know if you have any questions at adobecc@email.arizona.edu. My name is Brian Puente. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you in the next video.